There as well. Tuesday is a massive day for Port Adelaide with the second vote on the future of the Adelaide Oval too. That is a really big story brewing in South Australia.
It is, and the AFL Commission talked about this when they met a couple of weeks ago. Spent a lot of time on it in the context of the TV rights, which was interesting. They're very concerned the government's going to roll over here, that the government has always said that they would look at moving in and legislating or overruling the no vote if it does get up, and they only need 25% to get that vote up, and that will be the end of any move to the Adelaide Oval, which would be in the sporting context, Barry, a tragedy.
Not only in the sporting context, Caroline, I think for the city of Adelaide itself has to choose whether it's for the past or for the future. Now, I was there last night and I spoke to a number of Port Adelaide officials who are desperate for this to occur. And the question has to be asked, when we hear issues of heritage about this beautiful stadium, and it is a beautiful stadium, there is not one standing structure currently at the MCG that was there in 1990. Not one. Not a single bit of concrete. It has been completely revamped. Have you ever heard anybody say that the MCG lacks heritage or atmosphere because they've renovated the place?
Adelaide
has
fallen behind in many ways as a capital city, and this would revitalise the town, no doubt about it.
They choose between the future and the past.
And it's probably the best located stadium in the country.
Absolutely it is, and the real difficulty here is it's hard to get these things past a vote where it's at 75%. If people go to on Monday night and vote about drop-in wickets at the Adelaide Oval, hardcore cricket fans who have been members of that forever and a day, if they go, we don't want drop-in wickets, so we're going to vote against it, or that would be a travesty. But that's the reality, I reckon, of what's going on.
Well, because they like to pop into their favourite ground and read a book.
That is exactly
on any given day.
And that's what goes on Talkback Radio at the moment in South Australia, and gives an insight into
I think there's a view of the hills that's going to be impaired as well.
You spoke with Andrew Demetrio on ABC Grandstand yesterday. Let's hear his views on this.
Just an opportunity to revitalise and invigorate the state, and a courageous decision by the government to do that. And if this vote is determined by a small group of people who don't want to share the vision of hundreds of thousands of South Australians, then it would be a great, great tragedy for the state.
They are the small group of people who call the shots.
Yeah, but the government have the power to overrule it, and that's what they must do, in my view.
Yeah, well, they'll hope to get the vote up first, but then it's time to change legislation.
The Australian team